Well, I mean, the worst thing he does here is commit fraud, I guess, to some degree. But, I mean, who hasn't at some point or another, right?
Yeah.
I should not say that? Okay, my lawyer is now saying I should not have said that out loud.
No,
so we'll just
don't
strike
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Not us. Hello, welcome to another edition of Popcorn Bucket List, and 1 month down, a couple more to go here in the summer movie season and whatnot here, and we got a fun episode I think here today. A little simple one here today,
a little easy one.
Something for all the dads. As I'm kind of surprised we haven't done this before.
I know dads get the shaft all the time.
Well,
it's true, 100%.
I'm not gonna. I have no dog in this fight. I feel like so. I'm just gonna.
It's true.
Shout out in the comments, moms. What do you think about that one? Yeah, let's start a war on that one.
Battle.
Yeah, that'll get our ratings up. But yeah, for this week's opening spotlight, in continuation with our little partnership with Marshall Island County Library, we're going to be focusing on best movies best movie fathers, more specifically for Father's Day. Again, kind of surprised we haven't done that before. Don't worry, we'll do Mother's Day next year.
Yep. Wow.
Again, probably should have come up with this idea a long time ago. But at this point, it's a couple weeks away from Father's Day and everything like that. But we thought we would just kind of we got some big plans, I think, for some episodes here later on throughout the rest of this month. So I want to get this one in here now while we had a chance to, and then kind of get some people some ideas. Maybe you watch some of these and you think to yourself, hey. It reminds you, hey, I got a pretty good dad. I got to get that Father's Day gift all figured out. Hopefully, this is not the first you're getting reminded that Father's Day is coming up here. It is 2 weeks away. Hopefully, we are not the ones first bringing you this information.
But if we are, now you got time.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you got time.
If we are, it's like, well, probably by the time this comes out, less than 2 weeks. But whatever.
Tomato.
Yeah, something like that. We're just going to do a pretty simple rundown here. As usual with us over at the Marshall Island County Library, we suggest a few movies based on this topic, usually four. So we're just going to talk about those four here and now, kind of discuss why we put these on our list and everything like that. So let's start with fourth place. Mr. Myberg, what do you got for number 4?
So I went with Mr. Mel Gibson from Signs. Now, have you seen Signs?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it. But the dad was doing all kinds of crazy things to save and protect his family. And that's what I thought was maybe not the best things, but he loved and cared for his family. And that's why he wanted to and it's Mel Gibson.
That could be a knock. That could be. Though.
Some people could see that as a terrible thing or a great thing.
If we're talking about the movie Father Mel Gibson, fine. If we're talking about real life Father Mel Gibson,
and he was a father.
Yeah,
so
it's we're talking about the movie version here specifically. Where do you think you'd take your family if an alien thing was happening?
If an alien thing was happening here, one place I might even come to the school. There's a lot of space.
Right, yeah,
there's a lot of space. You can move around a lot. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. No one take that idea. That's his idea.
Nobody else come here.
I have mine, but I'm keeping that a secret.
Is it somewhere close or is it far away?
Define close.
In town.
No.
Oh.
No. But that's all the information I'm going to give you.
All right.
So my fourth place pick here, I went with Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm pretty sure a single dad. In that. It's been a minute since I've read that book or watched that movie. I feel like, I think it was like back in high school or whatever. But single dad taking care of 2 kids, lawyer, that's not an easy job or whatever. Especially when you take on the case that he does. Yeah. And that's mainly why I'm putting him on here, is because he was like the only guy in town not racist. So at the very least in that town, he's the best father ever.
He's the best father
Automatic win on that. So he's teaching life lessons, and the whole you never really understand what's going on until you fill someone else's shoes. Like, I think that is actually truly applicable to anything in life, no matter what time period, decade it is, whatever you're going through. That's something. It was one of the more important life lessons, I feel like.
Yeah, and that great book, great movie. It's all that's a really good choice.
Yeah. Let's move on to third place here, though. I kind of like your third place one here. That's one I didn't think of, but talk about Big Daddy for us here.
Yeah.
So movie.
sometimes, not all the time, you kind of get thrown into fatherhood, thrown into being a big daddy. And one way to handle it is the way that Adam Sandler does. Lets the kid just go wild. Just go wild. No bedtimes, going in the house. It's a fun movie. Adam Sandler, obviously he learned some lessons by the end, but I think it also does a good job of showing like there's a line between being like the fun dad, the cool dad, and then like you still have to have some rules and you still got to have some of that stuff.
Yeah, I think the thing about being a parent is not only are you teaching kids lessons, but you yourself learn lessons.
Yes.
And everything like that. And, well, I mean, the worst thing he does here is commit fraud, I guess, to some degree. But, I mean, who hasn't at some point or another, right?
Yeah.
I should not say that? Okay, my lawyer is now saying I should not have said that out loud.
No,
so we'll just
don't
strike
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Not us. Other people.
Other people. Not us.
Not. I mean, how do you think this set got paid for? Anyways, my third place pick here, I'm going to go with Chris Gardner. He was the Will Smith character in The Pursuit of Happiness. Man, you feel for this guy. He is trying. Talk about another... I just realized I didn't mean to do this. Essentially a single parent here for both my picks. I didn't mean to do that, but that's kind of an interesting coincidence there, I suppose. And actually now looking at my next two, one of them will also apply to that as well. Again, didn't mean for that. But, this guy's trying, and he's trying to teach his kid, the values of working hard and trying your best and all that sort of stuff here. And he gets thrown some bad luck here throughout it as well. And I think a lot of other people would maybe crumble under that. But he's like, nah, I got to take care of this kid here. This is the only way I got to do it. So
kids pull you through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You can do a lot.
Especially when your kid's Jaden Smith and you're like, well, hopefully I can also make this kid an actor and get money off of him later on as well. We might be bleeding over into real life as well here again, I feel like. But, overall, that's just another good movie. I think I'd argue probably Will Smith's best performance, or at least top 3, in my opinion, at least. So, if anything, I feel like this is probably the one he probably should have won the Oscar for instead of King Richard or whatever. But, that's my pick.
Is that a hot take?
I don't know if it is or not. I don't think that's a terribly hot take. I think a lot of people like this movie. I think King Richard was just kind of one of those. It's like, okay, you probably should have gotten this before, kind of like with Leo and The Revenant. Mm-hmm. Like we should have given you Best Actor before, but we didn't. Here you go.
Who did he lose to in The Revenant? Who won that year?
Oh yeah, no, Leo won for The Revenant. I'm saying he should have won previously for like, I don't know, pick just about any other movie really, but. Anyways, that's a whole topic for another day, probably. Let's move on to second place here, second favorite. This is another interesting one. This is another one I didn't think of, so I'm curious what your thoughts are on this one. Talk to us about The Judge. Why you put it on here?
First, Robert Downey Jr. is great in this, and so is Robert Duvall. But the big shot city slicker, I'm a high up lawyer, and I've always thought, because my father was a police officer, so I've always had kind of a different view on police than I think a lot of other people have, maybe. And I've always wondered that, like along those lines of law enforcement, you have a judge. Now, a judge will see hundreds of people a year, and being a judge and making decisions, how does that affect you as a like if I was a kindergarten teacher, I'd be a different dad than I am right now. If I was a judge, I would be a different dad than I am right now. So that whole dynamic has been interesting to me. And like just kind of like how your work can view how you have your personal relationships with your family. And and I think, do you know what year that came out off the top of your head?
I know 2010's Decade.
Yeah.
This was probably when he was still kind of in the middle of Marvel, but okay, you got to fill time here if I'm going to be typing. I can't talk and type at the same time. That's 2014.
2014, okay.
Oh, yeah, so right in the middle of so like right after Avengers, basically, for Robert Downey Jr. or whatever, but it's interesting with this movie is out of all these, I feel like this is one of the most strained relationships between their father and their kid and everything throughout all of it and everything like that. But yeah, it is. It isn't. I mean, just kind of talking about being a judge and everything like that. It is. You kind of picture him in the robe, up high up, and you forget like sometimes they step down from the bench and then they're on the same level as everyone too. And I feel like as much moral authority as you have up there, once you're down off that bench, this is what the movie kind of gets into. Is like there's all that morality almost kind of goes away. You're human again, just like everyone else and everything like that. And I don't know. There's a lot we could talk about with that one there.
Yeah, and that's why it's a very serious piece, and I really liked it. It was good. It was one of my first times seeing Robert Downey Jr. and more. Yeah, he's still kind of quibby, but it's definitely if you're watching him in the past couple Iron Man movies and doing all this, and it's like, oh, this is a surprisingly serious role, and you did a good job.
Yeah, it was interesting because a lot of us only knew RDJ for Iron Man at that point, and not a lot of people obviously probably saw him as much throughout his 90s work and 80s work and everything. So that was kind of a nice little reminder and everything. So my number 2 pick here, going a little bit more on the action route. At first, this one totally slipped my mind, and then I was just kind of looking through a list, getting some inspiration. I saw that one, I was like, oh, yeah, this is perfect right here. Brian Mills, the Liam Neeson character from Taken. I mean, there's a lot of dads that would do a lot for their daughters, but going across an international, spree of taking down bad guys.
Of violence.
Yeah. It's not a lot of dads have those particular set of skills.
No, there's a lot of dads that think and say that they have those skills, but they don't. But I
think a lot of them want those skills.
Yes, a lot of dads want to have that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But only a few have that, and he took full advantage of it, and he went off.
So good.
Left such a trail of destruction that it caused 2 more movies.
Yep.
And we don't need to talk about those 2.
No. It kind of goes from here to here.
Man, that
sunken place.
That third one was bad.
It was bad.
He kills more innocent people in that third one than I think the bad guys did in the first one, actually.
Yeah.
Just in that highway scene alone. But you know what? Hey, still great dad.
Still great dad.
I'll tell you what, that daughter better gotten him a pretty good Father's Day gift after everything that went down there. I mean, I don't know what you would get that would be worth it, but better have gone all out for that one. Better been more than a card and a gift card. I'll just say that much. Let's move on to number 1 here. These are our favorite, essentially, movie dads of movie history here. I got some thoughts on your number 1 pick here, but I want to hear you talk about it first. Tell us your number 1.
Mrs. Doubtfire. 100%. You have one of the greatest comedic geniuses of all time. He's super funny, but he is willing to... Back in was this 90s?
This was the late 90s,
late
I believe.
90s. Back in the late 90s, willing to dress and act like a woman and be a maid and a housekeeper just to be around his kids. And it, in a very funny way, not going to jail, you're a bad person, that's wrong. Not that way. But in a very funny, lighthearted, he still gives the kids his lessons. He tries to keep his other job going. He tries to intervene with their family. It just, but if you have a dad that's willing to do that just to spend some time with his kids, that's a pretty good dad.
I'm not going to argue against that. I am just going to say, Adam Sandler's character was straight up fraud.
Yep.
This is, I'm going to call it soft fraud. It's not quite fraud, but it is pointing in that direction.
It's getting there.
And you could argue there were probably more actual qualified nannies that probably needed this job that he then kind of screwed out of.
It's all right.
By changing the number and doing all that and just taking over, sabotaging and all that, and then finally going in for the kill, as he calls, and everything like that. And, I don't know. That'd be a little emotionally scarring for me, I feel like, if I were a kid. If my dad did something like that, maybe. I don't know.
But if my dad was Robin Williams, I would be happy he did it.
Well, okay, yeah. If your dad's Robin Williams, then all of this is forgotten and forgiven or whatever. But that's because it's Robin Williams. But
I always when he gets he doesn't have his face on and they're in there and he goes, "Oh, hello." I love that. So funny. There's a lot of great little things.
Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, Mrs. Doubtfire is one of the funniest movies of all time. But my number 1 pick here for best movie dad, Finding Nemo, Marlin. in that movie there. So we talked about Taken and, having those skills to go out and save your kid. Marlon is that dad who does not have those skills, but he does it anyway. This guy battled sharks. This guy battled a submarine. This guy battled an anglerfish and all that other stuff here, an army of jellyfish, and saved his boy. And then, I don't know what his plan was when he would have gotten there, because, again, he was in a dentist's office, but, luckily, I guess, whatever. But still, again, this is the dad who does not have a particular set of skills. In fact, the exact opposite. And he still goes out there, man, and he does it.
Sometimes it's just about showing up. Just try.
In the most extreme version, yes, I guess.
Just you could do your best.
Yeah, I suppose that is a way to put it for sure. But, those are some of our favorite movie dads, our picks of them. Let us know what movie fathers you think actually kind of earned that best father ever mug. Everyone's got one. Only one can
I don't have one.
Oh, well, if Ryan's kids are watching, there you go. That's a little inspiration for you there, I suppose.
I do not have one.
Well, okay, but do you think, I feel like there can only be one. It's kind of like Highlander. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
So, I mean, if you get the mug, would it feel fraudulent?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. Cool.
Not at all.
Love that confidence.
That's right.
And once again, if you'd like to see these movies, check them out over at the Marshall Lyon County Library. We'll have that set up for you in the display there. Again, free checkout. Don't got to rent them. Don't got to worry about streaming services and anything like that. Nope. It's there because we know it's there. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Go and check those out over there. Hey, we talk a lot about movies on this channel, but sometimes the ones we talk about aren't the most accessible. That's where the Marshall Lyon County Library comes in handy. They have a great collection of physical media, as well as a couple of online services with many options for movies, TV shows, and documentaries. It's easy. Just get your own library card at the Marshall Lyon County Library and gain access to their large variety of movies, TV shows, and of course, books. Also, be sure to check back every month as we here at Popcorn Bucket List make specific movie recommendations based on a monthly theme. So head on over to the Marshall Lyon County Library for some of our favorites and check out the channel to get even more movie recommendations. And now, on with the show! Let's move on to the weekly preview here. A little bit of a busier week here, actually, believe it or not. Kicking off June here, another weekend in the summer movie season. So, again, another weekend, a little bit of everything, I think, for everyone here. So, if you're not entertained by this weekend, you're just not trying hard enough.
I got a hot take at the end of the weekly preview.
Oh, okay. I'll try to remember, but if I forget, remind me. But all right, let's just kick off with the big ticket item here: Masters of the Universe, coming straight to theaters, rated PG-13. Peak 80s nostalgia is returning to theaters this weekend with this movie. After being taken from his home world, Prince Adam does everything he can to return to Eternia. In the 15 years since his disappearance, the evil Skeletor has taken over. Question for you. How familiar are you with the Masters of the Universe franchise? Did you see the show? Did you get any of the toys?
Yeah.
Did you see the Dolph Lundgren version? Anything?
I had a few toys, and I watched a little bit of the old animated show. I don't even think I've seen the Dolph Lundgren one. I know the characters. I know some of the episodes, but I was never a huge, He-Man guy.
Yeah, I'm very much unfamiliar with this franchise. Like, as far as the 80s cartoon shows that were, from toys, I was more of a Transformers guy, obviously. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the Dolph Lundgren one either, but every time I kind of peel back another layer here, I'm like, wow, you guys were really just throwing everything at the wall with this one here, weren't you? Yeah. You were trying to be Star Wars. You were trying to be Lord of the Rings. You were trying to do it all. Yeah. So in a weird way, it's kind of a smorgasbord of genres to try and satisfy. It's kind of like a buffet of a movie here. You got everything going on here.
I like that.
I mean, some people do like that. Some people like a little bit more direction, though, however.
Well, I was saying I like the description. The buffet of... I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Thank you. A lot of cast members in this movie as well. Let's focus on Jared Leto.
Yeah. I think the company or the studio said, you're not allowed to do any press. And he says, I'm not doing press because I'm choosing not to.
Yep.
No, they told you do not do anything outside of the actual movie. Don't talk about us. Don't tweet about us. Nothing.
Because I remember when we briefly talked about this like 2 episodes ago, you didn't even know he was playing Skeletor.
Yeah.
He's the main villain.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know. And this isn't the first movie that's done this. That Haunted Mansion reboot that came out a while ago, like he was one of the main ghosts, and not a lot of people knew it was him.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't really his face. I mean, it's his voice or whatever.
Well, and I'm hoping they're doing that because they want Skeletor to be his own character, not to be, oh, that's Jared Leto playing him.
Yeah.
Kind of like how, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, it kind of reminds me, like, sometimes you'll see this in politics where, like, sometimes they'll ask a bigger politician to not campaign for you because you're kind of, like, I feel like Bill Clinton ran into that a few times or whatever, kind of towards the end. Yeah. I remember hearing stories where it was like, yeah, we appreciate your support. Could you not go out and say anything, though? Your name isn't really all that
he's
great
hanging
right
out with
now.
Epstein all the time. People didn't want that getting out there.
Well, I mean, yes, that was happening at the time, but that's not the thing people didn't want to or care to get out there at the time either. But let's move on to some of the other cast members here because there's no way to transition out of what you just said. Let's see. We got Camelia Mendez, Alison Brie, Kristen Wiig doing a voice, actually, for one of the characters here as well. I did not know that. Idris Elba as well, and Nicholas Galitzine. He's playing He-Man.
They did a really terrible, that Spider-Man meme when they did
that was way too forced.
The one that I saw was like,
about.
Oh, it's not good. That's not good.
I feel like the promotion for this movie, there hasn't been a lot for a big budget blockbuster here.
Well, maybe they're projecting it not to do well, and they don't want to sink any more money into it.
I almost would argue the opposite. I think they assumed it was just going to do well because of the nostalgic. It was going to ride off that, and we're like, well, we don't need to put that much into it. Maybe. That's my theory.
Yeah. Maybe that's going to be it, too.
Because it's Masters of the Universe. It's one of the most even as me, someone who didn't really have any knowledge of this franchise, I know He-Man. I know I have the power. I've heard that. I've seen that. So the nostalgic is powerful with this one here. But I think they almost just thought that was going to propel it. Yeah, carry it, whatever. So I don't know. I feel like, I'm not just saying this because you losing that point would do a lot for me in my box office battle here. I feel like this might be one of our first big bombs of the year.
I think you're right. And I'll just say my hot take now. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I would. Obsession is still making a ton of money. It's still dominating. Not dominating, but doing really, really, really well. And I wouldn't be surprised if this movie doesn't do very well.
I would agree with that, except for our next movie we're going to talk about here, which I do actually will kind of take over here a little bit more. So let's just go right into that one here.
Bump it.
Scary Movie, also coming out to theaters here, rated R. It's been 13 years since the last Scary Movie to come out. And with the popularity that horror movies have seen in the last few years, it seems like the perfect time for the Wayans brothers to return and get the whole gang back together.
Yeah, I think I didn't put this in my top 10, did I?
No, neither of us did.
Yeah. Looking back, I think I should have. This and probably the Backrooms I probably should have for opening weekend. I don't remember what they made. I don't remember. But, Scary Movie's going to be awesome. I'm super pumped for it. I'm way more excited for it now than I was months ago when it was like, I was like, oh, yeah, cool, new Scary Movie. But now it's like, I'm pumped to see this. I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, this is something we kind of briefly mentioned last week when we kind of did our box office battle update or whatever, is we can kind of look at the summer and kind of go over data, go over thoughts and all that. There's something to say about vibes. There's something in the air when you get closer to it. And just as we've gotten, if you had asked me a month ago when we started doing this, started doing our predictions, I'd have been like, Master Universe is going to take the weekend. Scary Movie will do good. It won't take it over. As we're getting closer, I think Scary Movie is going to top the box office. And
I think it is too.
Won't do as well here. So
yeah, we'll see.
Kind of surprised there isn't like a movie reference bingo card out there. I tried looking a little bit for it. Yeah. So I have started making one. However, if we do end up watching this, now it's not, if you watch the trailer, it's not like they're hiding the references. It's not like you have to like look for it.
Yeah.
I think it's just more if you kind of randomize it, who gets the bingo first.
Yeah.
So that may be kind of the game we're going to play with this one here, because there are quite a few here, obviously. And like I said, popularity of horror movies, like it really is the perfect time for them here, I feel like. So
yeah.
Pretty much everyone is returning for this one. You got Marlon and Sean Wayans, Anna Faris, Regina Hall. None of them were in the fifth one. They weren't in the third or fourth one too. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe not as big of a roles.
They kind of all blend together.
That's just it. I need to rewatch all these because I know for sure I've seen the third and fourth one. I have no memory of the first two, and I totally skipped the fifth one.
The first two were good.
Yeah.
I think Scary Movie 5. I was
gonna say, I think. Well, okay, Anna Faris and Regina Hall, I'm pretty sure are in 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Wayans are in it as much though.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
So yeah, this is basically going to be the first time since the early 2000s that we know for sure all the gang is kind of back together here. So,
Yeah.
What do you think about the fact that they're doing? It's just called Scary Movie and not like Scary Movie 6.
I'm fine with it. I don't know. I go back and forth because, well, it's not Scary Movie because the first one was Scary Movie. This one should be Scary Movie.
Yeah, just call it Scary Movie 6.
Or call it Scary Movie Reboot. Or something
that'd be funny.
That'd be make the Scary Movie reboot or reboot of the Scary Movie. Like, that would be funny because then you're still playing into the joke of making fun of other scary movies.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find it annoying because, like, I'm trying to type it in, doing other graphics and stuff with it, and I type in Scary Movie, and it's like, oh, do you want this poster or this poster? I got to keep putting in 2026.
Yep.
So instead of just putting in one number, which is 6, I got to type in 4 numbers. And I realize that is one of the most biggest first world problems ever. I understand that, but help me out. Come on. Anyways.
Help me, dude.
Help me, help you. I'm trying to promote your movie here. Help me, help you. Anyways. Let's move on to a little bit more of a mellow one here. We got Power Ballad coming to theaters, also rated R. A washed-up wedding singer and a fading former boy band member bond over their love of music and end up writing a song. The big stage performer ends up recording said song, and it becomes a hit. Now the older songwriter feels the need for validation and credit for writing the song and saving this young star's career. I'm not 100% familiar with all the ins and outs of the music industry, I'll admit, but I do, in case people don't know, artists don't always write their own songs. That's not
a lot of times
thing.
they don't.
Yeah. But it is, even though a lot of the actual songwriters don't get credit, I'm assuming they do get compensation here.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can kind of see the frustration a little bit because he's getting neither.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of times you do get compensation, or you might get your name in as a producer or something like that. But
yeah. So I get, like I said, I get the frustration here. I feel like we got 2 big stars with this one here. We've had a few big ensemble casts these first few. Here's just kind of a one-on-one movie more. Got Paul Rudd. He's the wedding singer who just kind of knows how to write a song or two.
The wedding singer.
Well, not the wedding singer. I think that's Adam Sandler.
That is Adam Sandler, yeah.
He's a wedding singer.
Yeah.
And then we got another guy. I don't know if he's going to do good at this singing stuff. However, Nick Jonas. I don't know. How do we think I don't know if he's going to do well with performances.
I don't know. Has he done any before?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if he's part of that Jonas Brothers group or whatever. I wonder if he's one of the brothers.
I think he's the brother that's not in any of the band stuff.
Oh.
I think he's that brother.
Yeah,
that one. I don't even know their name.
Yeah.
His name Moloch or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So for those of you who don't get sarcasm, Nick Jonas, he's done some acting before. He's done, obviously, the musical stuff here before. He actually looks pretty good in this as well.
Yeah, he's really kind of grown into a better actor than he was before, obviously. But he's been in bigger stuff and more talking and more, not just Disney Channel movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I would not pick these two as a good,
Combo.
chemistry duo in a movie, but just from the looks of the trailer, it actually does look pretty good.
Well, anybody can get along with Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's awesome.
That is also true. He does seem like one of the nicest guys out there. Yep. If we find out one day that Paul Rudd is actually secretly a jerk or whatever, I don't know what I'm.
He's secretly something.
I don't get what you're referencing there. I'm going to be honest.
Between two ferns.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I don't think.
Awesome.
I'll have to okay, now I got to watch that after we're done here, I suppose. Let's move on here to a documentary here on Prime Video, Groundswell, rated PG. This is a documentary that talks about a global effort to combat climate change, and they're doing so through the soil. a lot of other people can explain the science behind that a lot better than I could. But I will say, I don't know if I've heard of this attempt or this strategy they're going for here before. Yeah. So it did seem kind of a little fascinating, at least.
Yeah, something new. Also, you got Woody Harrelson doing the narration, so that's cool. I like his voice.
It's interesting you bring that up because early on in the trailer, they start showing the clips and they start saying the thing, and I literally in my head was like, oh, this is another climate change doc. And like right after that, Woody Harrelson's narration is like, I know what you're thinking. Oh, no, it's another depressing climate change doc. I'm like, oh, my gosh, Woody Harrelson just read my mind.
Yeah.
He's in my head. Woody Harrelson is in my head. I don't want him in there, man. But it was just, they timed, you could tell they timed that
They
in the
did
edit.
that really well, yeah.
So, all right. Apparently, this is a trilogy. This is the third part in a documentary trilogy, believe it or not.
What's first two?
Yeah, again.
Thunderstorm and...
No, that'd be a cool title. A storm that's underground.
Well, you have a storm, and then you have the ground. Well, the groundswell.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like this is like the sci-fi movie of the week. It's like a storm that's underground.
Yeah,
make it make sense. I don't know, but sci-fi it is up. No, so the other two was Kiss the Ground and Common Ground. I don't. Maybe these weren't on Prime before because I don't remember talking about them.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing about those.
And I can't imagine they would have. I mean, unless they both came out like well before 2019, before we started this.
Cool.
Yeah, apparently. So yeah, apparently, I don't know if you have to watch the other two to be caught up.
I don't think so.
That'd be really cruel of a documentary to do, I feel like.
Hey, here's the first two. It's behind a paywall.
Oh my gosh.
You need to watch this, though, in order to watch this.
But yeah, overall, looks like an interesting documentary in general. Let's move on here to another streaming service one. Here we got Mexico 86. This one's coming straight to Netflix, rated R. Based on the true story of when Mexico made history and became the first country to host the World Cup twice. I did not realize that was a thing.
I didn't either.
I did. I mean, I guess, so it's hosted every like few years or whatever, right?
Yep.
So I guess, you go all across the world. It is going to, eventually you would have to repeat, I guess.
Start doing that.
But yeah, I didn't realize that was something they were doing, is they were trying to keep it separate. So yeah, going out there and being like, hey, why don't you come back here, probably was a big gamble.
Yeah.
Like it probably took a lot of convincing there.
Yeah. Well, from the trailer, it looks like it does take a lot of convincing. Bags of cash.
Yeah. Well, it was 86. They didn't. I mean, credit cards weren't as. Yeah. I mean, they were around, but you're still.
Yeah. You're
bags of cash. But
yep.
One day I'd like a bag of cash just to hold.
I would too. Like. I want one.
That'd be fun. So yeah, with the 2026 World Cup coming up here in the near future, they obviously timed this movie pretty well with its release and everything like that. You have any plans of watching the World Cup at all? You big
usually
fan?
I once it gets to like the final four, then I'll watch. But I don't watch a whole lot of soccer.
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah. Our buddy Reed probably does, I bet.
Yeah.
He probably checks.
But yeah, the World Cup's always fun to watch.
You got Diego Luna starring in this movie here, made popular with Andor and Rogue One and everything like that. But he's the main star of this movie. He also produced this movie as well here. So I think you could tell this is something he's probably experienced this story. He probably was growing up around this time. So has a lot of passion for it. And, when you get a big enough star, you can kind of start doing stuff you want to do in Hollywood.
That's true.
So
it's true.
Looks like there's a lot of hoops to jump through to get this going here. But I think it'd be an interesting story overall. But let's end on a high note here. And again, for those of you who don't understand sarcasm.
High note.
Well... It's gonna be. I feel like you've been.
Some people got violently ill watching this trailer.
Is that someone you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get into it here. Office Romance also coming to Netflix, rated R. A new lawyer comes to work for a big airline company and almost immediately falls for the attractive CEO. Now they must navigate the tough and unprofessional lives they now lead as a couple and a couple of coworkers.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Okay, I know.
Well, at first I thought this was almost like
it.
a documentary about Spirit Airlines because that gets crashed into the burn and the company goes under, or at least that's what it seems like. So I thought this was about. I thought she was the boss of Spirit Airlines. This movie, oh boy, all of it. Got to breathe out the side of your mouth. Terrible, awful. I don't. What's J-Lo doing? What is she doing?
Starring in Netflix movies.
This is awful.
I'd like to make one statement here. I'm just talking to the people here again, doing this 2 weeks in a row. I would like to make a public apology here, personally, after seeing this trailer. To all the other rom-coms I have called generic, flavorless, cliche, I'd like to apologize to all of you before. I had no idea how much you were holding back in your clichédness and everything. I didn't realize how much more run-of-the-mill you could be, and this movie has shown me that.
Maybe this is all AI. Maybe that's why it's so bad.
I don't think so, because Brett Goldstein, who stars in this, also has a writing credit.
Yeah,
here.
but that's why it's AI, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna write this. I'm gonna write us kissing in the elevator. Oh, the elevator opens up and everybody's watching us. Oh, okay. Thanks, Tim Apple or whatever his name is.
What?
Tim Apple and Bill Microsoft.
I don't think that's his. Tim Cook?
Yeah, that's the joke.
Okay.
Tim Cook.
I thought you actually thought his name was Tim Apple for a second.
No, but that's the joke. That's the joke. Everybody calls him. That's why Bill Microsoft.
Okay.
Instead of Bill.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Got it. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know what he has to do with this movie. Don't drag him into this movie.
AI. Maybe I'm AI right now.
If you did, your programming is weird. The title is just called Office Romance. It's about an office romance. It's not even clever. And
don't watch it.
I'm not even joking. Like literally the rom-coms I have made fun of in the past, I sincerely apologize. Yeah. I take it back.
What's this Brett guy? Is he in anything else?
Yeah, he was in Ted Lasso. He's going to be Hercules if they ever do Thor 4. And everything, but
so this guy actually has a little bit of
I genuinely think he just wanted to try something different, and he just isn't maybe necessarily a good writer or just hasn't figured it out yet, and just you know what, it's a product of other rom-coms before him. If you make them all the same, then the next one is going to be the same.
And this is for Netflix.
Yeah,
maybe Netflix said maybe he had to, hey, you do this and then we'll let you do this. So maybe he'll get to do something cool for Netflix in a couple of years.
That is very possible. Maybe he will come out with some great project, and then we're like, oh, I get it now. You wrote that movie in a day.
Yeah.
You just took a day to write that and just gave it to him, and we're like, well, we got J-Lo, and they're like, Netflix greenlight. If that happens, then all of this will make sense. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But until that happens, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also interesting how he writes this movie, and then probably also is like, well, who do I have kissing my character throughout this whole time? I know, J-Lo. Anyways, let's wrap up like we usually do with some number one recommends here. I've got myself listed here first, so I might be taking yours here unless you decide to go with the other one that I know you've watched here, but I will be talking about the Backrooms. It's not very often that I talk about the scary movie here necessarily, but this was generally one of the more terrifying ones for me personally I've seen in a while here. And I know a couple days after that, I then watched a different movie, and they had horror movie trailers in front of it, and I can't remember which horror movie it was, but there was another one where basically it was something similar, where like a person is looking down long hallways or whatever. And I'm sitting there thinking like, I am feeling nothing watching this other movie do this or whatever, but I was literally shaking in my boots. Metaphorically, I don't own boots. I was shaking in my shoes watching this other movie, and I'm like, they're doing stuff differently, but it seems so simple and everything like that. Everything's so brightly lit. It's not like, there weren't really any like cheap jump scares, I feel like, or like cheating ones or anything like that. There's just good performances in general here. Again, I understand a lot of people like me probably aren't the biggest horror movie fans, but this is one of the better ones I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
So.
I agree with you 100%. I'm piggybacking off of you. I really enjoyed the Backrooms. I watched the very first Backrooms video when it came out 10 years ago or whatever, 8 years ago, and thought it was awesome. It was cool and interesting. And then the creepypastas, and I didn't dive into the lore of it all, but I almost think that was a good thing, because then it was just like, oh, I kind of know of this place. Let's go watch a movie about it. Not this place and these are the rules and this is how it, like, it's very unstructured that way, and I think that actually did it better. Like, I think if you're super into the lore, I don't know how much you'd like. Like, I still think you would like it a lot, but I don't think you would be like, oh, this was awesome. But if you're familiar with it, I think you'll really enjoy it.
Because to also kind of get into it a little bit here too, it starts to explain it at the end, but it is another one of those things where it's like it's one of those movies where you couldn't really explain it unless you just kind of exposition dump here.
Yeah.
And the movie almost looks like it's going to do that, and then it just kind of trails off and kind of goes back or whatever. Again, not to spoil it. So I feel like that was their way of sort of satisfying both camps. People like me and you who don't know a lot about the lore, then there's still some mystery there. There's still some like theory, like, because my mind was kind of racing afterwards, like, oh, does this mean this?
Yeah.
And it kind of let my imagination go wild. Whereas the people who do know the lore, then this doesn't contradict it or, dumb it down and explain it or whatever. So I thought it was kind of a pretty good ending overall to it as well. So,
yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Popcorn Bucket List. A reminder to check out our Lego Batman playthrough. That is on the channel right now. Watch where I accidentally got Mitch killed 11 times in one spot. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil that there. It was pretty funny. Also kind of frustrating. It was funny at first, and then I realized how stuck I got us. Like, it was bad. The game pretty much took pity on us and was like, okay, we're going to basically we're going to reset you basically ourselves, whatever here. That's how bad I am at video games. Mitch had to pay the price at the end of the day, but it was my fault. So it was pretty funny. But make sure you check that out on the channel right now. And also, don't forget, all this month, check out our movie picks over at the Loudoun County Library for some of the best fathers in honor of Father's Day coming up in a couple of weeks. For myself, Ryan, and Carter, we'd like to thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the movies.